Angie from the Wee Larder blog here, and I have little Mary on my side today, who is currently chewing one of my seals for my killer jars. I'm gonna have to sterilize that before I even get started on this recipe. So today I'm going to be making milk kefir. Now some people call it kefir, I noticed, but I call it kefir, so if I am pronouncing it incorrectly then I apologise. So kefir milk is super easy to make. All you're gonna need is some milk. I have 300 mils here. I usually use about 750 mils per batch that I make, but we're a little bit short in milk in the supermarkets at the moment due to the situation that's going on just now. And I use a 1 litre Kilner jar for this as well, and I also use a little piece of fabric which is really tightly woven so that no fruit flies or anything tiny can get in there, and just an elastic band for the top as well. And the grains that ferment the milk is the last thing that you're going to need, and they look like tiny little they're like bunches of tiny cauliflowers, and I'm not sure if you're going to see this very well, but I will show you closer up when I'm making the kefir. And I've actually just drained them from my previous batch, so they're sitting in some milk, and that's how they like to stay. They like to be sitting in a little milk, so if you're not making kefir at the moment, you need to store them in the fridge with a little bit of milk. Otherwise they will just die out. So I got these from Happy Kombucha. I'll put the link in the description box below, but if you have a friend that's making kefir already, you can get some of their grains because they do multiply and they do grow bigger. So I probably have just the right amount of grains just now, but if I have any extra I would probably give them away to friends, because I don't think I'll need more than a litre's worth at a time, because kefir is quite a quickly fermented recipe, so I don't think I would go through a litre in the time it takes to ferment, because it can be anything from 24 to about 48 hours. So to get started on your kefir, what we're going to do is add our kefir grains into this glass jar here. And we're going to top that up with our lovely whole organic milk. Give it a little stir through as well. And place the fabric on the top, add in the elastic band to secure. I'm using quite a thin elastic band here, but I would recommend using something a little bit thicker. And then we're just going to place it in a warm place for 24 to 48 hours. You'll know when it's ready because it tastes slightly tart and a little bit like zingy almost. So 24 hours have passed, and you can see that our kefir is slightly thicker. It's almost like a drinkable yogurt consistency. What we're going to do is we're going to take our sieve here and we're going to strain our kefir through the sieve into the glass bowl. Now I'm using a plastic spoon. I'm just using like a little plastic baby spoon, a wooden spoon, anything like that would be okay, but it's recommended not to use metal with fermented foods. So I'm going to be using my plastic spoon here just to gently get the grains separated from the kefir and to make sure that all the kefir goes through the sieve. And we're just going to pour our kefir through our bottle spout here into our bottle, and I'm actually going to store this in the fridge. So by storing it in the fridge, it completely slows down the fermentation process, and you can keep it for, I tend to drink mine straight away, but apparently it keeps for quite a long time. So I love to make kefir smoothies. I love to put in some coconut oil, some flax seeds, and some frozen berries, and maybe a little bit of superfood powder or two, and that's one of my favorite ways of using kefir. I also love to drink it out of the glass. Now, I am not a big fan of milk. I didn't really tolerate it that well, but I tolerate kefir really well. I think it's something to do with the fermentation process, but I really enjoy just having it by a glass, and I like to have like a small cupful in the afternoon sometimes if I haven't had for my breakfast. And I also like to make pancakes with my kefir. If I have excess kefir, then I'll use it for pancakes, and we have an awesome recipe for pancakes which we have been loving at the moment, and I love to make some like frozen berry sauces for the top as well. And another way we like using it is in salad dressings, and that's probably another one of our favourite ways of using our excess kefir. But the most popular is just drinking it straight and drinking it in a smoothie. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed making your own kefir. If you haven't subscribed and you want to keep in touch with me, then click on the subscribe button and the little bell at the side of it, and that'll notify you of my future videos. I've got lots of kefir recipes coming up using the kefir milk, so keep your eyes peeled for those. If you're on Instagram or any other social media platforms, then check out my links in the description box below. And I'll also put a link in the box below where you can buy your own kefir grains in the UK. It's going to be a little bit different for the US. But I'll put a link in below where I got my kefir grains from. And as I say, if you know someone who's making kefir already, you can also get grains from them. So you don't have to buy them online. But if you buy them online, I would make sure that they are from an organic source as well. So take care, guys, and I will see you again soon with more kefir recipes and other whole food recipes and natural living ideas. Lots of love, bye!